Mm. It was at church. That's all I can remember. I think I knew of her before I got to the church, but I think I met her at church. And it wasn't like an instant thing, but it was just kind of developed the eye for her over time, I guess. And
Voila.
yeah,
Voila.
something like that. Something like that.
We met at church. I remember supporting him at Fayetteville State, so we're both Broncos. And I remember his father passing and his uncle passing. And so I remember trying to be there for him for that as well. And we were just friends basically. So it wasn't like an interest for me. But over time, like I really developed an interest in him. So
I thought she was really pretty.
oh,
I always used to, I think, post her as like my favorite AKA on her Founders Day. It was like my little way of creeping in there, shooting a little shot.
right. I didn't know what to think at first. I just
She like
yeah. I mean, I didn't. It's not that I didn't like him. I just it at first I don't know. I didn't have like a thought. But like I said, over time he really won me over with his kindness. And he has an amazing heart, and so that really won me over. And so ever since I really found out that he was like a major protector, um, he's a great provider. He pretty much took me in at a time where I had everything, and then I basically lost everything. And so he was the only one who actually helped me during that time. And so that's why I'm like pretty much forever grateful to him for taking me in as well as my children. So
I think we went to a park. Just sat at the park, talked for a little
Mazarette
bit.
Park too.
I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, Mazarette Park.
Yeah, that was the first one. Just sitting at the lake, just talking, just
For
yeah, a long
hours.
time. I think she told me she loved me.
Yeah, I did. I told him first.
Yeah, I said, ooh.
Yeah. Wait, you said what? Oh, did you say it back?
I said it back.
Like real low. Like I was so embarrassed. I didn't know. Like I didn't know. I didn't know that I was gonna fall like in love or anything. But yeah, so you were like, ooh.
My family loved her off the gate. I actually was trying to like keep them away from each other at first. I was like, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that yet. But like her and my mom ended up meeting, and it was like they just pushed me out the picture for a little bit. It was like best friends. So yeah, my whole family just took her right in, and it was the same for. I think the same for her.
Yes, our families are pretty much alike, and so they're all like loving, kind, bubbly. So, and they're also rooted into God, and so that kind of like makes it easier for our families to come together and pretty much mesh together. So our families, like I feel comfortable with his family, and I know my family is kind of like over the top. And he's not over the top, but he wouldn't have it any other way. Like we wouldn't trade our families at all. And so that's really major. That's important. It's essential to have families that can come into one room. There's no arguments. There's no fussing, fighting, things of that nature, and they're the same. They have the same spirits, so to speak. So it makes our relationship easier to me. That's a great question.
I mean, I kind of figured after a few years went by, I was just like, I hadn't really put this type of energy and dedication into one person such a long time, and it felt like right. And then of course we have like we ran through problems along the way. And it's like we always kind of just migrated back to each other, so it kind of felt like something that was definitely just supposed to be. So whenever you figure that out, it's kind of like, why keep wasting time? Why not just go ahead and make it happen?
I thought he would never like ask me. So I was pretty much shocked. And sometimes like even until this day, I don't want to say I'm shocked, but I don't know, I'm grateful. He's made like a lot of changes that I appreciate, and again, he has taken me in when no one else would, and he took a chance on me as well. And so I just feel like our union is, it's not perfect, but it's like perfect for me, it's perfect for him, it's perfect for us. And so that's just how I feel about our relationship. Like no one's perfect, but if you could find someone that is your perfect, then it kind of makes a difference.
I took her with me to California.
Oh,
I
I
was
want to
out there
cry.
for music, and it's normally just a boys trip, musician trip, business trip. So she made her way on this trip with me, and so I figured in my mind I had already planned it out. Once I got to a certain point, I said, all right, I don't want to do anything boring around here, so this will be the perfect chance to do something, out the box. So she actually set up the trip. I mean, the not the trip, the whatever. We were just doing stuff to
Excursion?
kill time and stuff while we
Right.
were out there, and she set it up for us to take a hike up the mountain to the Hollywood sign. So I figured that'd be the perfect spot to do it. So we hiked up for, it was probably
Two
2 hours.
hours.
She didn't really know what we were getting into, so that whole hike turned into like a little struggle to get up there. It was like, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? It was kind of turning into like a not so great time at the moment. We weren't prepared to do any like hiking. We weren't dressed for anything, but we made it to the top.
Because
And
how was I dressed?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. I was trying to influence her to wear like a certain thing, but I couldn't say, hey, I need you to wear this because I'm going to ask you to marry me today. So I just had to go what we had. We got to the top, and there were like other people with me, so I had somebody hold something. She wasn't looking; she was actually facing another way. And I was just talking to her, and got down on one knee and asked her. And she was definitely shocked. Like it maybe took 10 minutes for her to even say a word. Like she was just like,
he had to keep talking to me.
yeah.
I just remember he kept talking to me.
She was just like in a whole nother like planet. So yeah.
So I remember again, it took 2 hours, and there were maybe what, like 10 other couples or people with us, and of course I like, had I known that he was going to ask me and that was my day, like I would have chilled out on my personality like the whole time. Like I don't make people laugh on purpose, but the whole time like I was the center of attention, I guess, without me trying to be, because it's just my personality. But had I known, I would have like really chilled out, because I could have really messed things up, and he could have, gotten up there and been like, okay, not a good idea. So anyway, I remember at the end, like maybe the last, it could have been like 10 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes of the walk, I started feeling so like heavy in my spirit, to the point like I started feeling like I was gonna like having a panic attack or like anxiety or nervousness. And I kept asking him, I was like, why am I feeling so nervous? Like, why am I feeling so nervous? Like my spirit like is on it. And so come to find out, I was taking on what, we're connected. So come to find out, I was taking on his the nervous feeling that he was feeling, but I didn't know he was nervous. It's hard to really identify what his feelings are, because he just remains calm through everything. And so
I was nervous.
I didn't know he was nervous. And so he had to at one point try to like literally carry me and like drag. He just kept encouraging me. He was like, if you can just get to the top, he was like, it's gonna be worth it. He was like, you can do it. And he was encouraging me, and I was like, I can't. like I was about to cry. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. And he was like, you can. You know what I'm saying? Just look into my eyes, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so the more he had to take on the role to help me, um, he wasn't feeling as nervous because he immediately went into like save her mode like he always does, or protect her mode. And so that protection mode, it helped him to get away, from being so nervous, and I adopted that. And so, but by the time we got up there, I sat down behind the Hollywood sign. There's a bench behind the Hollywood sign, and I sat down, and it was just so weird. He sat near me and started talking about our relationship. So I'm like, it took 2 hours to get up here, and like you want to talk about this like right now. So I'm like, and then I said, babe, this is like getting super weird. Like, what is going on? And he got on his knee. It took him literally 10 minutes to talk to me to get me to. But of course I said yes. Of course I said yes. And then I remember saying, I wish we had a Sharpie, a marker, so that we could write our names on the bench. And this lady out of nowhere, she was like, oh, I have a Sharpie. And I said, babe, she has a Sharpie. And like, we wrote our names. Well, he wrote, I forgot what you wrote.
Our initials and stuff. In the
He
date.
wrote our initials in the date. And so the next time that we actually returns, which will be in April or June, I think it's in April. We'll go back up there and like write something else and just, and we've both been working out. So we should be able to get back up there without a problem, without any like weights and anxiety. We should be able to get up the mountain with clear minds and hearts. But yeah, that was it. That was what it was. I just want to thank you so much for. I'm not gonna wait. I don't know. I'm not gonna cry. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and my family. I know it's hard putting up with my Chads, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, really appreciate you, and I would not trade you for anything. And I really do love you, and I want to make your life, you know what I'm saying, as simple as possible. I want to make it as amazing as possible, and I do anything to. We already don't have any arguments or anything like that, but like I just want to make sure that your life is an amazing life. I want you to thank you so much for. I know I've been trying to, you know what I'm saying, or growing spiritually. I appreciate you encouraging me, and like I want to grow together, and I just want you to be amazing at your work. You know what I'm saying? Like you're super talented, and I want you to reach all of your goals and dreams. And I just want to be there to support you and just make your life like not hectic and amazing, because you've made mine not super hectic. So I thank you, and I love you, and I thank God for you.
Mine not gonna be that long. I really appreciate you being along with me through this journey we've had so far. You've seen me grow through a lot of stages in my life. It's literally been a long time. I'm not gonna say how long it's been. It's been a long time.
Right.
I've watched you go from all black hair to some gray hairs up there. I might have put a few of them there. Chloe probably put the rest of them there. But I appreciate you for giving me that special gift. I appreciate you for being my special gift. I'm just really glad to have you in my life, and I appreciate you for saying yeah. Love you.
I love you too. Thank you.